Today on the red sofa we have the pleasure of welcoming Jake Stubbs from Essendon Accounts and Tax. Jake, welcome to the red sofa. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your role within Essendon and the types of clients that you manage.
Thank you. I've been at Essendon for 7 years. My role is as an accounts and business development executive. So we help a lot of clients look at their figures for the month, annual accounts, sort of all the compliance stuff that they might need. We also help sort of do some forecasting and look forward into the future about what a local business might need to do to sort of sustain the current climate and things in the future.
Typically, why would a client choose or need to come to you?
If we start with sort of the need, a lot of clients sort of need to know, especially mentioned on the climate at the moment, how they're going to survive the future. Historically, we've had clients that just want a compliance and submit the accounts by the deadline to HMRC and not sort of worry too much. They'll go off their bank balance about how the business is doing. But in today's world and the pandemic and other things that have happened, people sort of need to now look at the current figures, look at the future and how the business is going to sustain future increases in for example, fuel prices, salary, and all the different things that affect in the market at the moment. And then I think why people choose us is because we try to offer a service that is more business advisory and more of a relationship. Then we don't want to bill clients for every conversation, every email that we send. We want to provide ad hoc and advisory work and sort of help them grow their business, and which in turn helps us and sort of helps our business as well. So it's more of a relationship that we try to give our clients more than just a service that we're just going to charge for.
You mentioned the cost of living crisis there. Are you able to give a scenario based on a typical client on how what you offer at Essendon can help clients forecast their business, manage their cash flow and make them more stable in these uncertain times?
Yeah, so a prime example of a client is that they might have a price point that they can't push their sale margins up by. Therefore, in the past they've had to look at sort of getting the cheapest cost of goods or looking at sort of their staff and whether they're overstaffed, understaffed, got the right type of staff for their business. Nowadays, with the increase in fuel, staff and inflation costs, bank interest going up, people that have got loans in their business, they really have to start looking about what the next 3, 6, 9 and 12 months look like. So we try to sort of look at the business as a whole rather than just taking the numbers. So the main focus is the numbers and what that tells us, and then we'll delve into the numbers with the client about operationally how the business is going to perform going forward, the changes that we think or that we've seen from other clients, and try and help clients sort of think more into the future. So we'll do cash flow projections, sort of forecasting into the future, and make those sort of decisions with them in the sort of partnership that we want to provide our clients.
There are plenty of account softwares that enable businesses to look at real-time information. What do you do that gives added value to the data within these platforms, be that Sage, Xero, QuickBooks, Xledger, for example?
These softwares are great. Xero is very good. The client can log in from anywhere in the world and look at the information. What we then do is log in and look at that and translate that to the client and give them the information in a way that they're going to understand. The client's very good at what they do, and then they allow us to then delve into it more and work on this partnership to understand the figures better together for that individual client and what they need at that point.
Can you offer any simple tips to help businesses manage and understand their accounts better?
I think there's probably 2 top tips that I have for businesses at the moment. One would be your tax liabilities and having a provision and thinking forward to save for those. So what we try and do as part of our management accounts, bookkeeping back returns on a quarterly, monthly basis for clients, is put in a tax provision, look at how much they're going to have and when they've got to pay that so the client can save now. And that also comes back to VAT and other sort of taxes they've got to pay. The other thing clients need to think about is sort of assets that they're buying. Post-pandemic, the government now have introduced the super deduction, so clients can get 130% capital allowance on sort of plant and machinery. So we're trying to advise clients to make those sort of purchases in the time period that they've got the allowance so that they can get that extra deduction, therefore have a lower tax and sort of reinvest in their business for the future. So we try and provide them sort of top tips to clients.
Jake, that's great. Thank you for your time today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
So if you want to truly understand the performance of your business and to have a reliable data to help steer the business in the right direction, get in touch with Jake at Essendon Accounts and Tax.